Hey guys, Josh the RV Nerd here again with a little weekly word from the nerd. Today I want to talk about smoking out the smoke and mirrors when it comes to the financial side of your deal. You get around on the internet, I can promise you there's going to be a guy who can advertise that trailer for $1 less. Um, how do you know what's the right deal? There's often a huge difference between an advertised price and an actual price. And you're thinking, well, how can that be? Because figures lie and liars figure. We've heard that before, and if you haven't, you just have, and now you have. So, what do I mean by that? There are, each business is welcome to run their dealership the way they please. I understand why different places have different sales methodology. We have chosen to go with a little more transparent, more obvious, right down to black and white system here at our dealership, but that's not for everybody. That's okay. So what do I mean by all this? You might find 3 of the same trailer out there. They got 3 different price tags, and one is just drastically lower. Well, that's got to be the better deal, right? Well, I don't know. Is it? How do you find out? And this video, by the way, is directed more toward people who are making a purchase who don't have a trade-in. I'm going to do a segment on dealing with a trade in another bit, basically. But you, whatever the top line price is, that's fine. That's fine. What you ask them is, what do I have to write a check for to take this thing home? What's the real number? Boil down all your numbers, do your voodoo, however you need to. What do I have to sign the check for to take this thing home? It doesn't matter if you're a cash buyer, finance buyer, whatever. What's the real number at the bottom of the sheet? That's what I need to know. That's how you defeat all that. And you know, the instance we run into all the time, take any trailer that we have. I'll just throw the number out there. Let's say we're advertising it for 23. There's a place nearby that'll advertise that at 21.9, and these numbers aren't things I'm just making up. These are numbers that I just looked at with a customer, and that's what spurred me to do this video. Where we were just sitting here with a customer. They had a piece of paper in hand from another dealer, and we started looking at it, and I went, well, guys, here's what's going on. So their price is 21.9, mine's 23. That means they're expecting me to drop my price $1,100, and I understand why they thought that. But I said, guys, what are we writing a check for? Turns out we were $1,200 cheaper. How? Well, by the time this place got done with their destination fee, with their prep fee, with their office charge, etc., they had found a way to tack on about $3,000 or so onto this purchase. We just didn't have that. I'm not going to tell you we don't have to pay to have an RV brought to my facility. I'm not going to tell you that I don't have to compensate a tech for his time to quality and safety check your unit. But that's part of the price tag. We won't sell something without doing those things, especially a quality safety check. Amazingly, this is a whole nother video really, but you don't have to have a service department to sell RVs. Not every brand requires that. We do. We will quality check things. I have factory trained sales and service staff to quality check these things to make sure they're good before they leave here. I have to compensate a professional for his time, you know. And if I want good help here, I have to pay him fair income. You know, you can't get something for nothing. So that's one of the things that I want to point out. But that's part of the price tag. That's part of our cost of doing business. We chose to open a dealership. These are things we have to do. Places sometimes will try to mask those fees. They get you so excited by the upfront price tag that they get you committed. You're saying, yes, 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 God, yes, this is the one. And they say, great, you come right in here. You come right in and sit down. Then you sit down on a piece of paper, and all of a sudden it's that $1,200 higher price tag out the door than what our out the door figure was for the exact same parts, services, everything. It's just more money out the door. And the problem is people don't like awkward situations. It's a method of preying on human psychology. You're already there. You already got on Facebook. You already told your friends, look, we're getting this new one. And you linked it right from the dealer's website and all this stuff. And you've already put yourself in a position where you feel like you painted yourself in the corner. And there are definitely some people who will look at that guy and go, no, buddy, get this garbage off this paper or I'm walking. But there are a shocking percentage, high percentage of people that will go ahead and take that purchase knowing that they kind of got the screws put to them. And they even say that. They come in and trade and say, well, I was sitting there and I knew it, but I already took the day off work, I just figured I'd go ahead and do it. I want you to buy from us because you want to, not because you had to. That's a huge difference. This is not a purchase you have to make. I'm sitting here educating you on how to make sure you're getting a good dollar deal on your thing. What other dealership is doing that? We operate on fair margins. I'm not going to sit here and insult you and tell you that we don't have margin built into our business. Of course we do. We're a business. Every business has to. But there's a difference between fair margins and just pulling one over on people. So again, the point is, if you don't have a trade, if it's just a straight purchase, what is the number I have to write the check for? The financing side of things, that'll take care of itself after the fact. What is the dollar involved here? That's what you should focus on, because that's what's going to guarantee you get the best deal. That's true whether you buy from me or not. This is just solid advice. And I don't care if you're buying a camper. I don't care if you're buying a car. I don't care if you're buying a house. This is how you do it. That's how you keep people honest. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't get offended if somebody looks or shops around a little bit. It just doesn't bother me. We started with a used car background. It's your God-given right to negotiate the price of a used car. By God, you're a great American. We just never lost that mindset, I guess. So hopefully that helps you guys understand some things. Bottom line, get it in writing. If you're shopping around, I will happily price match any written quote. But the problem is there's places out there that will just give you some crazy fictitious rough figure. Or here's one I've heard a lot. There's a big chain dealership in Michigan flying this one around here right now. They'll say, yeah, it's $21,900 out the door plus taxes. What? Out the door plus taxes? Well, that's not out the door then, is it? But it gets your head all screwed up when you go shopping. So just be careful. Get it in black and white. What is the real number I have to write a check for? And that number will never lie. Because it's the real number. It's the no smoke and mirrors number. You smoked out the smoke and mirrors. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.